Here with Bayut.
Next Monday on Dubai Eye 103.8's Business Breakfast. You're listening to The Agenda
Join the conversation.
on Dubai Eye 103.8.
You are tuned into The Agenda this Friday with myself, Sonal. And I have to say, I've always thought one of the best aspects of growing up, living in Dubai, are the different communities from around the world that are brought together here. But I wonder, when's the last time you took the time to get to know a stranger's story? There are two students attending Des College who have created an initiative called Dune Tales. They say they want to document and share the stories of migrant workers here in the UAE. We're thinking construction workers to maintenance staff. They've been recording interviews with an aim to humanize some of the faces and identities of those whose stories often go unshared. So we're joined now by Kushal Pagarani. Kushal, thanks for coming in today.
Hey, thanks for the introduction. Thanks for having us.
And also Vivan Panda is with us.
Thank you so much for having us.
And now, Kushal, Vivan, I love this initiative. I'll start with you, Kushal. Tell me how this came about, the whole idea.
So a lot of it I would say it comes to like two different things. I would say it would be to our school and our upbringing. So me and Vivan both live in Indian households. So we've seen migrant workers like throughout our lives. Same with Des College. So our school very much respects migrant workers, and one of the main contributors to that is Mr. and Mrs. Gibbs, our principal or former principal, and our it's a guidance counselor. They both really set that into us. So every year we give presents on Christmas, etc., and presents on Eid. So a lot of that it makes us see what they do and etc. So I would say one worker or one person that really started this was Padam. He's a guitarist, or actually he's actually works in our school as just a worker, but in school we know him as a guitarist.
Yeah.
To be honest, he played the guitar in one of our Des Got Talent shows, I want to say, and it was really interesting. And then that's what me and Vivan really thought after. We were like, how many more skills are there? How many more things that we don't know about people? So that's how it really started.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting even how you describe that is we so often identify people by what they do as opposed to who they are and, what they enjoy and the passions that they have. So it's nice. It's nice to be able to identify. The first thing that you said about him is he's a guitarist, and that's how you identify him. And I think that's what's important. I mean, Vivan, tell us a little bit about now turning this into something. What was it like for you to build out the website and the platform? Did you guys vibe code it? I looked at it. It looks pretty good.
Yeah, so Dune Tales started off as simply an idea in early January of this year, and we slowly developed it into a MVP. As you mentioned, we did use some AI tools and used it to help us vibe code the website. And slowly over a couple of months, through getting feedback from some of the really helpful teachers at our school, like Kushal mentioned, we were able to build it out into a larger website. And with the support of friends, peers, and mentors at our school, we were able to interview our first story, who was Raj, our site manager at Des College. And something that really stood out from his story was the deep sense of pride he takes in his work, the deep sense of pride and care he has for taking care of the students at the school, making sure the environment is safe for study every day. And it's something we really admired and respected about Raj. Yeah.
Well, tell me, Kushal, about a particular story that's really moved you or inspired you while creating this story. You told us about somebody who works at Des, who's a guitarist. What other kind of stories have you come across, specifically in the process of doing this project?
Yeah, there's so many that come to mind, but I think one of the most interesting is probably Raj. It's Raj himself. So Raj's story really started off in India. So he was on the track of engineering, and his parents wanted him to do med and become a doctor.
Right.
And that just really didn't really sit well with him. So he actually left home at a really young age, around our age, 16, 17, 18. And he came to the UAE maybe 5-6 years later. And he was here for more than 20-30 years. He's been working on Burj Al Arab. And then eventually came to Des College, where my brother and sister both also were in Des College since the very start. So my family very much knows Raj, and Raj has been a very pivotal factor to Des. If you ask anyone at Des, everyone knows Raj, and Raj's story is just great. It's just how his story has developed from going to just working in India for lower income, and then coming all the way to Dubai. So yeah.
Yeah, and I think another thing with those stories is, as you've pointed out, Raj has a long history here in the UAE, so can really tell about some of the different developments and projects and the history of this country as well as an expat. Vivan, did you learn anything interesting from him on that front?
Yeah, it was the conversation we had with Raj was really moving. He shared a lot of insights into how Dubai was in the early 2000s when he came here, and how Dubai has developed. He was really he felt really captivated by the progress and sheer remarkable development that Dubai has made as a city. All these magnificent skyscrapers all around, the huge developments all across the city, and how it just transformed from a simple mere desert into something much larger today is something that he witnessed on the forefront, and he really admired. So his journey started out in the Transguard when he initially came here. And over months, he rised up the ladders and he made it to Des College. And Des College initially started off as just a school. It was just Des. And when Des College was being created, Raj played a significant role in the creation and formation of the college. He was really instrumental in providing resources, managing the creation, and yeah, his journey was really interesting to hear about.
And Vivan, tell me, where are you going from here? Because you've started with a couple of individuals who've been instrumental in DES, but obviously the idea is maybe to get a bit more broader out into the city. How are you planning to approach people and find people with interesting stories to tell?
Yeah, so our objective here is to share stories across the UAE. We're planning on starting with Desk because we just had that sort of comfort factor. And slowly we would like to pivot out towards other schools and other areas across Dubai. We've in fact set up a new desk team for Dune Tales, and we plan on piloting a chapter system for schools all across the UAE. So students studying in different schools across the Emirates can become involved and help us out with Dune Tales. Currently, it's just the two of us managing all the processes from marketing to editing and scripting. And it becomes a lot of work for a two-man team. So we're trying to flesh this out so that more students can get involved and help us with the Dune Tales process. Yeah.
Well, I think it's a great idea. What's the website?
DuneTales.tech. That's
Amazing.
TECH.
Good luck with it, guys. I hope you're able to capture some other stories. And it's really, nice that you've taken the initiative on to do this. How old are you both?
Well, 17.
Both 17.
Yeah.
All right, you're off to college soon. Well, it's a nice thing to get started, as kids that grew up here in the UAE as well. Thank you so much for joining us on the show today.
Thank you so much for having us.
Thank you so much.
That's Kushal Pagarani and Vivan Panda, who have started up Dune Tales, trying to share some different stories from the community members right here in the UAE. We've got more coming up on the agenda. We're going to be talking about social media curfews. That after bans have been instituted around the world. Is this the next step? We'll find out.
More coming up next on Dubai Eye 103.8.
Your home